All right, I think I'm live. Hello, Zen Friends. Happy Saturday evening to you. Welcome to a special makeup session where I come back on and I finish out all the readings from my 6-hour morning session where I didn't get to any free readings. Oh my goodness, so blessed. And so thank you guys so much for your patience getting to your readings. And then also my evening session. So I've got donations and free readings and everything left from that session too. So we'll dive into all of them. I do have in the description box of the video the order in which I'm going to complete them. We're going to do donations first, and then I have three of my YouTube channel members, their free readings. Then we'll start with the Saturday AM session, and then we'll go into the Saturday evening session for the free reading. So we're going to be here for a little bit. So buckle up, grab your coffee, excuse me, your tea. Cheers to you. We'll take a sip, and we will dive in. After I'm done with the stream, I will post a pinned comment listing all of the readings with timestamps. So if you're like, all right, I'll come back later or tomorrow morning or whatever, feel free to do that. But I will complete them all. And if you want to join along and listen, we learn a lot as we go along. There is no chat because I'm not taking any new questions. I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time for a 2-hour session. And if you join me then, I will also, whatever I don't complete in the morning, I come back in the afternoon to finish everything from that one too. So if you want new questions, you can join me then. But if I have a chat, it's difficult to let people know. I'm not taking any new ones. I would constantly be saying, I'm not taking any new questions. I'm not taking any new. So I just opted not to have the chat. So I know I love interacting with you guys. Maybe we'll figure out something someday. But right now, that's how it's going to go. All right, so let's jump in. We will start here with Aries rising. Let's grab your timestamp here real quick. How about we grab your correct timestamp here real quick? There we go. Let me move this so I can see a little better. There we go. So thank you. I'm so sorry that I didn't get to your follow-up questions before the session ended. So at least it's like, stay tuned for next season, right? But thank you for your multiple donations. And let's dive in here. So for the follow-ups, I took a couple screenshots. So I know that you wanted will more develop between Kay and their love interest. Which they got the Eight of Cups so that they used to have a love interest, but it's not there anymore. So there's nothing to develop. But let's see if it returns or anything along those lines. But that's where we headed with it, is like, well, not anymore. Did they have a love interest, romantic love interest? It was no, not anymore. Let's see if anything else returns from the dead. We'll find out from that. Well, that's just one here. But when and where did they meet? This interest. When and where? Okay, easy breezy, short and easy. Let's start there. So will more develop? We've got the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is the battle between the head and the heart. But I do have this energy that they went separate paths. Let's see, where did they meet? They had the Four of Cups. Energy here. Which is like an emotional stability kind of energy. I do feel it feels like I don't know, this card does not say job, but I do feel it was at work, but I feel like the person left and that's why it's ended and why it's not redoing it, because they were only interacting at work and not outside of work at all, because it hadn't gotten that far, right? It was just emotional friends and hanging out at work, and that they never did anything outside of work, never did anything physically, never expanded that. And as far as when, with this balanced energy here of the temperance card. Sorry, I knew it was I was like, it has a word with temper in it. It's temperance. Um, it felt like it developed over a long period of time. So it wasn't something that just happened and boom, boom. It was like something that a friendship developed and they started sharing more like, let's sit together at lunch or let's, they chat in the hall or chat at their desks or something, where it was more of a slow roll development. But with this Two of Swords, I got then the message that um, they don't work at the same company anymore. So that was like, all right, bye. And they didn't have each other's numbers. They didn't do anything outside of work. So there wasn't that. It was more of a um it wasn't to the point of, how people have work husbands and whatever. It wasn't that, but it was uh, a very emotional, type of thing. So I don't think anything will come of will it doesn't feel like anything's going to return because they'd have no contact information um and I don't feel like they were going to go down that road anyway. But they had that romantic feel for it, more of an emotional relationship, if that makes sense. Okay, so that is that piece of it. Let me just move those. And then we were going to include to get a little nosy about DM and their love interest. So let's see here. Tell us a little more about that. And theirs was more of a mental. So that's not so much that these are like love interests as much as it was an emotional bond. And, it was like leading, not, it wasn't even like leading to romance. It just feels like there's this empty, like Kay felt like they had an emotional emptiness. And so they developed this emotional interaction with this other person, right? And then and with DM, it's more that they don't have someone they can feel they can communicate with and talk about things and their interests and everything else. And they found someone that they can do that with. And so there's this mental connection. Well, I heard a weird noise. It's the candle. I'm like, ooh, Spirit says hi, everybody. So it's very interesting, this little interaction that was going on here with both of them, because one felt they couldn't communicate, and so they were looking for mental stimulation somewhere else. The other was looking for emotional stimulation somewhere else. Such a oh my god, opposites, right? All right, let's see what here about that as well. So 7 of coins, yeah, another one like the um, temperance card that Kay had. It's a slowly developed over time kind of energy. 10 of coins, 10 of pentacles. This one feels like, again, work, because the 10 of pentacles is about abundance and this. So it is someone at work that they can communicate with and that they have this, great deep conversations with. And the Son of Staves. So this is the Knight of Wands. So DM does have, it is a, um, it's mental stimulating and all this too, but there is kind of this, and this is like, I know, kind of crass to say, they've got a physical attraction, you know, to this other person. They won't act on it because they've got physical attraction for a lot of people. It's just like they're kind of um like a little horny chihuahua. But it's because of the conflict too. I feel like they want to be able to express this, but I don't feel like there's gonna take any that's the kind of energy I feel. I'm like, I don't feel like they're, like, tempted. They're, like, attracted, but they're like, "Yeah, but I'm attracted to half the office." So, it don't matter, I'm not gonna act on it. That's the kind of energy that comes in, at least so far. And and let's see also there was one other question that I wanted to ask. They're just like, "Oh my what a mess." What a it's almost like you could write like a comedy, romantic comedy TV show around that. Anyway, we were gonna ask with all of this expansion, expression, all this energy, are things coming to an end between them? And especially with that other energy that we got that was so bizarre about this realization of stuff. Um, let's take a look here. No, those are not the cards. Those are just a lot of cards that fell out. Let's find out here. Is there an ending based on current energies? And we were going to do it as of like next Saturday because after all this stuff that happens during the week, we're like, what's going on here? We have the magician, the four of coins. We've got this four of coins. The four pentacles is about building and this home energy with the four of pentacles, the four walls. This is very interesting here, Aries rising, because it's about putting energy behind building instead of destruction. And we're like, I thought you guys were gonna, um, that the home is not able to be lived in, and we're going to demolish it because it's condemned. What? Now you guys are adding on to the house? What? It just, like, feels, like, so opposite of what it is. Let's see what else we have here. Malika of Swords, Queen of Swords, balance between head and heart? What? And the Nine of Coins. The feeling of abundance and, this just oh my gosh, it's like the what is this? What is this that's happening? What is happening to the world? Did we change dimensions? Did we change timelines? Maybe we changed timelines. Boop, boop. Did you feel a bump? Because I feel like we're like, what happened? Did they get replaced by pod people? Are these the Stepford people that got replaced with robots? It just feels like, and it doesn't feel like it's overnight, but it does feel like there's this change where rather than destroy, um, that there's this desire to build. Interesting. What is happening to this world? It is it does feel like we're living in a reality TV show or like a more of a what do they call it? WWE, WWF, whatever the wrestling federation is, right? Worldwide Wrestling Federation. So it's WWF, right? It's like, is this real or is this fake? I just don't know anymore. So I don't feel like there's this ending now. This is too bizarre. I'm giving up tarot. I'm gonna go make pot holders on the border. I can't take it anymore. I just can't take it anymore. All right, let's see here. Wow, I am surrounded by positive energy. So it says create an environment for yourself that makes you feel strong and supported. Take time to personalize your space and find a place for each item, both at home and at work. By maintaining your physical space, you welcome in an atmosphere of uplifting energy, which you're able to foster happiness, resilience, and positive relationships. I just don't know. There's got to be something like therapy, a life threatening event. There's something that comes to light next week where they're just like, you know, um, let's both try harder and let's do what it takes to make this work. And you're like, okay. Why? Why? I know that's what you're wondering. Why? Why would you? But something clarity comes next week that transforms. I can't I can't wait to find out what this is because this is just like they're not giving me more. I'm like, trust me, my mind is going. My nose is Pinocchio. It's like, come on, I wanted. My nose is like knocking on the door. Please, can we know more? And they're like, not right now. It's it's we're just supposed to trust and flow with this. This is so interesting. Well, there we have right now. So that's what they have for your Aries rising. Maybe we'll dream about it. I'll meet you on the ethereal realm tonight after we go to sleep. Let's go out to the ethereal and we'll sneak into the Akashic records and go, what's this page? What date is it? Wait. Here, they're coming. They're coming. Quick, read quick. We'll see what we can find out. All right. Well, hang in there, my dear. Thank you again for your donation. And I don't know. I just don't know. All right. So let us move forward here. So who do we have next? Okay, Raisin, we have you up next. So thank you so much, Raisin, for your donation via, I think it was the PayPal, right? So do we see a conversation coming soon with the possibility of reconnection with the person on your mind? Ooh, okay. Let me take a sip here. Oh, it's nice and hot and warm here. Let's take a look here. Based on current energies, is there a conversation coming soon with the possibility of reconnection? All right, let's see what we got here. We do want those. And I do want this one. And I do want this one. And this one. All right, let's see what we got here, Raisin. We'll still look at all these other cards. But when on the bottom of the deck, which is the energy, overall energy of the um, entire reading, when you get the Tower card, which is about someone or something being removed out of your life on purpose for a purpose to make space for something that's more in alignment with your soul, to clear your path to move forward into something that's more in alignment with where it wants to go. This would be like a no. Wow, that's a very strong no. So that would be a no, that based on current energies, it's not there. Let's find out why, though. Obviously, if they were just going to do it, they would just have that card flop out and go, no. All right, next question. But let's find out why. Of course, that's what we do. We find out more nosiness, right? Ace of Cups. I do feel like there is a new love that has entered their life. They do have the Seven of Coins, Seven of Pentacles. They're slowly moving in that direction, though. And I do feel like this also is a mirror for your life, because you do have a new love that's coming your way here in time as well. Something that's more matching. So there is more of a faded relationships for both of you guys. Um, or even if it's not it can, if it wasn't a romantic relationship, could even be best friends and anything else with that too. But um, it just is saying that there is a relationship that's more in alignment with what you need in your life and for your journey and your adventure. Let's see what else we have here, because you've got the Daughter of Staves, Page of Wands. So there is new passion coming in. You have the Son of Coins, the Six of Pentacles, someone who's more equal giving and receiving. And it's relationships. It's like you both deserve to have different types of relationships that are more in alignment with your adventure as a human. And it's that give and take energy. Yeah. And, transformation with the uh, Hanged Man. So you both are going through this, changes where they continue to have caterpillars and you are moving into butterflies. You guys aren't compatible. The butterfly can't doesn't it could walk alongside a caterpillar, but it's like, why? It's like you don't desire leaves, you don't want to walk, you have the ability to fly. You're built for flying, not for walking. And they're built not they can't fly and you can't carry them. And so, and then also they desire leaves. So you have different desires, and the transformation that's happened is you guys are no longer, you know, compatible. Let's see what else do we have here. Yeah, Six of Swords. Excuse me, about leaving behind old ways of thinking, moving to new ways of thinking. Movement, um, movement. It's movement energy. So it's basically saying it's good time for you to move forward with all this. You have the Three of Cups energy with the Eight of Cups energy, leaving behind emotions that don't serve anymore. Three of Cups is a joy energy. And you got the Sun card too, this bright light shining bright and illuminating. But it's also about, there's this energy about burning away that no longer serves that comes in here. So there is, uh, for both of you, there is someone else that's more aligned for your guys' path. They will eventually come in, but that's why the reconciliation isn't in the cards. It's you guys were able to learn what you needed to learn from one another. Um, and now it's about reflecting on what you learned so that you don't. That's where this Seven of Pentacles, this time frame that's happening before you guys meet your other individuals, is giving you time to reflect upon, what did I learn about myself? Why did I want this to happen for me? Now, why did this happen to me? We can enjoy that victimhood as long as we want, because we come down here to experience that. But when we're done, then we can go, okay, I had enough of that. Now why did I want this to happen for me? Taking responsibility that I drew this into my life for a reason. Um, it wasn't thrust upon me. It's part of my design for my life and my energy. What did I grow? How did I grow through this? What is it trying to show me that I can release, right? So that's what's coming in, Raisin. Let's see what your fortune cookie says here. We're going to go from the Power of Surrender cards here. Okay. Maybe this will tell us. Yeah, surrender frustration. Yay! Which says, frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. So, approach it from a different direction and realize, okay, again, this is more of that. What did I learn about myself through this? So that is what we have for you. So let me take a look here. I just want to see if I got a response from Wimbush. Did I get a response? No. Well, what we'll do here. So, Zatavia Wimbush. Um, I didn't see a question posted. I saw questions that were removed because I couldn't see them, but because they were retracted. But you made a donation, and I posted on the comments of the video, and seeing if it would maybe signal you to the message. So what I'm going to do, Spirit knows what you're wanting. I'm going to pull a general reading. If that doesn't answer your question, then please tomorrow, please post a question in my morning session, and we'll make sure we get you an answer. Does that work? Like, oh yes, it is. You're like, you're not here to answer for yourself. I'm answering for you. Yes, Brita Zen, that sounds good. Oh, okay, good. So let's take a look here and see what we have for you here. Let's see what we got. So, what do you have? What would you like? So, Tubby, okay, we do want those. All right, we'll start with these. All right, and then these are the 5. So there is a number 5 that's coming up here for you, which is the number of change. On the bottom of the deck, we start off with the 5 of Swords, which is the battle between the head and the heart. The mind wanting to do one thing, the heart dragging you another way. So this internal conflict is causing stress, because your heart knows what it wants, and the mind goes, "No, no, no, you can't have that," because there's small t truths rooted in fear, trying to drive it and pull it in a different direction, going, "No, no, no, that's not for us." And the heart goes, "Oh, yes, it is." So there's this tug of war that's going on inside of you, and that's where this, if you have this feeling of being pulled back and forth and not sure of what to decide or where to go, that's because that's happening inside of you, which happens inside of most human beings, because our heart in the beginning doesn't have any rules. It's looking at the world full possibilities, and it knows what it's drawn to, and it has these natural draws, where the mind has a lot of people's opinion that floods in, that are rooted in fears. And so there's contradictions, and there's a bunch of stuff that our heart doesn't want, that like, "What? No, I wanna do this," and the, "No, no, no, that's gonna cause us pain. We gotta keep you from that." So the mind ends up bullying the heart a bit and containing it in a cage where it won't let it do that. So let's see what if they'll tell us more about what this is. You have the 6 of Cups. There is child energy here, or someone coming from the back from the past energy, or conflict around, do I want to accept someone to come back from the past or not? You know, it's like there's this unsurety about it, if that makes sense. So we'll see what else we have here. 7 of Swords. Yeah, the 7 of Swords is a betrayal energy, a thievery energy, and so there is this, you know, conflict. The heart loves who the heart loves, and so we could have, of course, had feelings towards someone who treated us disrespectfully, we'll say, and our heart is like, "I don't care, I love them," and like, it always will. Our heart always will love, but our mind is like, "No, it caused us pain, and I don't want this fear of things repeating themselves and having this stuff happen again." There's this, our inner child speaking up, going, "I feel unsafe, out of control. No, stranger danger. I don't want to be involved with them." So that could be this battle that's coming in, whether to take someone back, or this battle between I'm wanting someone back and no, we don't, and this push pull kind of energy that's underneath. And then we have 5 cards. That's where the other 5 comes in, about the number of change, the number of conflict, um, but change coming because of conflict. That's how we grow, is when things are brought to our face, like a hand of 5, right? Psh, you have to deal with this or you can't move beyond it. And it's like, all right, this is for me to release. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, we have the Temperance card, which is patience and balance. An energy of saying, don't act quickly, allow things to unfold, allow, life to kind of move forward. It's alchemy. It's these 2 cups that go back and forth, and each time it's going back and forth between the two, it is this energy of um transformations happening. It's, even though it feels like nothing's happening, things are getting better, things are working themselves out within you. Just have patience and allow it to. You have the and then you have the, Justice card, which there's the balancing, and the Ace of Swords down here too, which is this energy of seeing things more clearly. Things are balancing out. Both the Temperance and the Justice card have a balancing aspect energy to it. So just know that even though sometimes it feels like we're going way up and there's all this imbalance, things are balancing out. It's just taking time. Yeah, the 3 of Swords. Yeah. So here's the expectations equal disappointment. The heartbreak card. And heartbreak really is about, um, our heart can never be broken. Heartbreak is like a story. It's a lie. It's not true. Though I know when Spirit told me that, I'm like, well, explain this heartbroken feeling I've had several times. And they're like, well, that's fear. And I'm like, say that again. And they're like, it's fear. Like when your brother would scare the crap out of you and you'd feel that in your heart from being startled. That's the feeling of fear of and pain, when we feel like someone did something and they broke my heart. It's like, no, their actions or non-actions, their words or their silence, when in here created a story of unworthiness that scared you, causing your inner child to activate your survival mode, and then you went into fear. It's but because it's an emotional monster and not just a physical danger that we get out of real quick, the emotional monster keeps us in a loop, and that's what makes it feel like heartbreak. And it's because it's a fear, but you'll notice that when you get distracted by something, the heartbreak stops. That feeling stops because we're out of fear because we're distracted. And then when we remember what they did and what we think it means about us, there it goes again. Fear, it starts looping again. And that's when we get that heartbreak feeling again. But it gives us time. That's what time heals, because we start questioning and we start getting more distracted from it too. But how we can move past this feeling of brokenheartedness and disappointment is to question the fears that are at the root of the belief. The story about their actions mean something about me. Like, do they? No, their actions mean something about them, not about me. When they, like, in my life, when someone cheated on me, I thought, oh, it's because I'm unworthy. I'm not good enough. Otherwise, I'd be worthy enough to be uh, have people be faithful to me. But I was being unfaithful to myself because I was defining my self-worth by the outside world. So I was cheating on myself with others. And that was a reflection back to me to show me how I was putting my worth in someone else's actions instead of finding my worth in here. And so there is this working through of things that can help. Excuse me. And we have the 10 of staves, the 10 of wands, which is the burden. It's a burden card that can transform, and there is the 6 of swords, which is moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. The 6 of swords is like leaving the old expectations, the 3 of swords behind, seeing things from higher perspectives that allow you to move into calmer waters. So there will be this healing, there will be movement and transformation. Just we have to question these old stories about that other people's actions mean something about us. Our actions tell us about us. Their actions tell them about them. Their actions, it's more our reaction to their actions that tells us more about us too. Um, so hopefully that helps and that gives you a little guidance there. And we'll pull a fortune cookie here for you too. But like I said, if that wasn't the question, like, no, I want to know about job or finance or something, then you're like, just ask it tomorrow, and I'll make sure to say, hey, Brenda, um, this was my question. This was my real question from last night, for my donation via Cash App, and then I'll prioritize it. So thank you for your patience with it all. So you have surrender to receiving support and love. Oh, polar bears. It says, allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. So allow other people to help you through this adventure as well. All right. So that is what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Olivia, you are up exactly at 34. Look at that. Sorry. Falling off my chair. All right. So, Olivia, thank you for your donation. And so you were blown away. That's right. This was a follow up question, right? So, the likelihood that they will contact you around the 5th, and then the likelihood that they will ask you to go away on a trip, and then when and where, and what's their intention for inviting you, and then outcome afterwards. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Drinking problem. All right. So, what's the likelihood that they will contact you around the 5th? You have the 9 of staves, the 9 of wands. Really, this is dependent upon choices and energy. When we look at the wand suit, it is about possibilities, but energy is what controls things. Our energy is what draws in or repels things out of our life. So, there is a little bit of an energetic block. And so what I would encourage is just to try to pay attention to what energy you're focusing on regarding them. And that is like, if I'm focusing on, oh, I really want this, I really want them, I really need them. I'm afraid that this won't happen. I'm afraid this is going to happen. That's lower vibrational energy of lack, and that will just that's block. That would be the nine of wands. Help, like a mime. I can't get through the invisible wall, right? But if instead we think about all the stuff we've loved about us interacting with them and the time we went away and the time I love when we chatted here. I love that conversation. I'm so grateful for that. Sincerely, not pretending. If we're like, oh, I really love that. When are they going to contact me? It's working against us, right? But it's the more we focus on the higher vibration of thinking about the specific events, the specific, like in this about contacting this when they contacted me, I loved that one. I loved when they contacted that's telling the universe, I'm really open to this and I'm drawing this to me instead of repelling and being resistant to it through want and need and that energy. So, there is energy there, but I feel like right now it's like 50-50. It's not like, ooh, but the more you focus on gratitude, it exponentially goes up because gratitude is such a powerful energy that, it doesn't even have to be 50 half of my time focusing on gratitude and half I can focus on lack and it'll go it's like, um, even if 10% of the time we're doing gratitude, it's such a powerful energy, it will help. So hopefully that helps with that. And then the likelihood that they will ask you to go away on a trip, again, apply that to that. Plus, let's see what else. Number with the answer to number one plus this one here. All right. Well, looky here. We have the page of staves. Again, energy, new energy, focusing your energy. Um, so it is, again, it comes down to the energetic focus. I can't believe you got another staves. I mean, I can believe it because that is the energy um, with all of this here. So I do feel like um, it is a because the 9, you go to the 10, and then to this would be like the 11 of staves. So this is a higher, even a higher likelihood of this unfolding um, as well, because I feel like there's a lot of energy on their side that's contributing to this trip, if that makes sense. Um, when and where? Let's look at that here for question number 3 here. When and I feel like this one here or the where. Okay, so when is this? We've got the Wheel of Fortune, and even this is number 10. It's the 10th of a month. Let's look at a calendar because I feel like it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday ordeal. When is the 10th? Is it October? Let's see. Sorry. No, 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 no. October 10th. October 10th is a Friday. Interesting. What do you know? So, sorry, I don't mean to be shaken. Earthquake, look out, everybody. So I feel like October 10th, 11th, 12th kind of weekend energy is the actual getting away energy. So let's see where. I've got the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups. Interesting. This feels like somewhere where there was a disappointment and sorrow. Yay. Where's this at? So it feels like I don't know if there was a scene of a big disappointment in like personal life. What they're reminding me of is like there was this place I went with someone I was dating, and um, even though I knew that we were like in a we had both just gotten out of long-term relationships, so we weren't in a committed relationship. We're hanging around a lot together, and in my mind, I knew we're not together, but my heart had already it jumps very quickly. It's like, "I'm in love," and I'm like, "Oh god." Like in my mind, we're not in love." "No, but I know we are. We are." I'm like, "Who told you that?" "I just know it." It's like, "Oh god." And then they were, bumping into all these people they knew and kissing them and doing all this kind of stuff, and my heart was just like, "Oh, this is a horrible experience," and I I started having an anxiety attack. I didn't even realize. I go, "Why am I having trouble breathing, and why do I feel like I need to get out of here?" I wasn't going into fight or flight mode, and so we were there with some other friends. I'm gonna go outside." So I sat out there hyperventilating. It was a horrible, horrible. I never wanted to go back to this place again, right? But later, and this was in another city, so I hardly would ever go to this place at all. But I went up and went to have coffee with someone I'd been chatting for a little long time, and um, they ended up saying, "Well, hey, why don't you come back to my place and meet my roommates?" And so I'm like, "All right." And so I went back and met them, everything. Like, "We're going out and everything," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And they're like, "Well, no, go with me." And we went to that place. It was a bar. We went to that bar, and I'm like, but they took me by the hand and they took me through the bar, and people were looking at him like, "Who's this? Why are you doing this?" Because they were just like, and they bought me drinks, and it changed my whole perspective of this place. And this is the kind of energy that I feel coming in here is like we're going back to somewhere, the scene of a crime, in our minds. So if that makes sense, to where if there was something where something was a poor experience with someone else or with each other, um, it's like it's gonna be around that kind of place, if that makes sense. You're like, "I'm not going. I'm gonna go burn the place down. I'm bringing a gasoline tank with me." So hopefully that helps. What are their intentions of inviting you? Really? No, I'm just kidding. Let's see here. What are their intentions of inviting you? Okay. All right. Well, we have the death card. They want to kill you. No, I shouldn't say that. It's not true. But it's a death and a rebirth. Think of it as a phoenix rising from the ashes. We do have the Four of Wands, which is joy and celebration, fun, energy. If it's Vegas, there's a chance you guys get married. I'm just kidding. You're like, "Oh my god, it is Vegas." And Elvis, you're gonna get married by Elvis. Um, and the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Coins coming in here, which is about, you know, putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, and see the progression and the forward. It is a transformation type of energy too. Death and rebirth, looking at trying to transform what you guys have and bring joy and let this be a joyful experience. What's the outcome afterwards? Right. So based on current energies, they had me look. Ace of Pentacles is a new opportunity, a new beginning, which is what they're really looking for, I feel. You got the Daughter of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, clarity, um, conversation. So more clarity coming in, right? And because they have the Eight of Swords and Eight of Cups, they're getting a lot of clarity, and so they're bringing in a lot of clarity. A lot of clarity comes after this for both of you too. With the Six of Cups, you get pregnant. No, I'm just kidding. They're all full of jokes right now. I feel like they're trying to light me up. Come on, Olivia, come on. But the Six of Cups it's a child energy is why I was saying it, but it's also past life connection. And it is about this energy of someone coming back from the past and something, being brought back to life from the past. And we've got the King of Wands. There's a lot of unknowns with the King of Wands coming back to this staffs and wands energy. The decisions that um, it's not just what one of you wants, it's what you both want, kind of energy. Bottom of the deck, we have Malika, the queen. So you have the king and queen of wands, which there's this divine counterpart kind of energy here that I feel like you guys keep being drawn back together in your life, right? Because it's just like this fire that draws you guys together here. So it does feel like that's the kind of energy. You got the king of, not the king, but the knight of cups on the bottom. Oops, sorry, which is movement of emotion. So it does, based on current energy, feel like it draws you guys back into this relationship. A lot of passion, a lot of fire, but it's different too. Why is it different, brother? Can hear you saying it. Because it is. It's not the way it was. They've let emotions go. They've let you both have transformed. You're not the same people. So it's not gonna ever be back what it was before. But um, but it's still healthy and it's still um better than anything else you guys have had. That's not saying much. Wow. But let's take a look here. What else do they have to say here? Your spirit guides are just a hoot and a half. Are they drunk all the time? Yeah, I deserve quality time with myself. Privacy, please. So it says take time for yourself in silent reflection to positively improve your mindset. Rest and enjoy your own company and the quiet of your mind. Spending time with yourself allows you to attune to your personal needs and desires. And this is about you spending the time questioning your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, questioning where like not questioning, but being aware of where you're focusing your energies, um, and just really determining what you want. Because that King of Wands, the Queen of Wands is I get to decide what I want, and then I start having gratitude for things. It's almost like there's this casting a spell upon myself. Like if I want someone, and I if I cast a spell of I want that love to come to me and blah blah blah, like the movies, it doesn't work, first of all. But also, what if they're not the one that's meant for me and I'm trying to make them be in love with me? Um, Instead, I release it to the universe and I cast a spell upon myself to draw to me that perfect person that you have for me in the perfect timing in the perfect way. Surrender it to you, creator, and I cast that spell. If that is them, I will draw them in with that energy. If it's not, then I'm not drawing them, but I am drawing someone that is a better, more compatible match to me, which is what I really, really want anyway, right? And so I spend my energy focusing on that, not I want them. I want them. Because what do I do when I focus my energy and want? I'm pushing them away anyway, right? So hopefully that helps, Olivia. Uh, and that's what we have for right now. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Sue. You are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. There we go. So Sudeshni, the Leo. So does Johann, the Aquarius, love you? All right. And if you move in together, will you both be prosperous in creating a family? Issues. Let's see. Issue. We have jobs. Oh, far, far away. Okay. So let's take a look here. Let's try that again. Okay. So Sudeshni, let's take a look here. So does Johann the Aquarius love you? Okay. And then if you move in together, would you be prosperous in creating a family? Okay, got that. Do you want that? And then the issue is the jobs, right? You said so. What do they have to say about that? Okay. Let's just scooch these this way. All right. So first of all, do they love you? The lover's card. Well, maybe you think so. And the Four Pentacles, this feeling of home and building a life together. So, yes, I do definitely feel like there is love with that here and this desire to build a life and that's part with you. And they can see that. If you move in together, will you be prosperous in creating a family? You have the Devil card, Capricorn energy here, and this makes sense because Capricorn energy does with Saturn energy rules over the 10th house of work. That's the issue, right? They're like, well, that is the thing that is making it difficult. It's the challenge that has to be overcome. And these three cards I pulled for work, we'll look at how how based on current energies, how do you overcome it or do you overcome it? So we'll pierce into that, peer into that. You do have the full card for the prosperous and creating a family, which is a new journey, a new adventure. It's the ending of an old cycle, the beginning of a new adventure, all these possibilities. So definitely you have the possibilities for creating a family. And you have the judgment card, which is your higher self, this resurrection, the calling, drawing you, to something that is, it's like, when you get your calling, it's like the drive, the pulling of the energy. So I like that. Got all these butterflies, transformational energy. So I like those. Let's dive in though about the job specifically here, right? Yeah, the Ace of Cups, love, uh, overflowing here. Yep, transformation with the Hangman, which again with these butterflies that are appearing here. I love that because this is the cocooning and a little bit of time it takes to um, it's like choosing love and following your heart over job, right? Yeah, and the Three of Swords is the fear, the disappointment, the fear of rejection, the expectations equal disappointment energy. And I just feel like we've got on one side, we've got, um, you know, it's like a decision has to be made. I've got to leave something I enjoy to be with something I love, with someone I love. And so someone does have to make a commitment of love is more important. And yeah, this is a great job and this is everything, but the life I want is going to be empty without it. And at some point, because it is in between, there's like this contemplation, this transformation that happens between those. That's what's going on with that um, hanged men, and then insiders are trying to see things from that different perspective. So it does happen. It's just a matter of takes time for it. The hanged man is like a cocoon. There is that energy that you can't rush caterpillar to turn into a butterfly. You have to wait. That's how it works. It takes time for it to transform, but but it will eventually at the perfect time. If you cut a butterfly out of the cocoon too early or the chrysalis too soon, it actually can't fly because it's the struggle of it getting out of the cocoon that makes the wing muscles for them to be able to use their wings. So if we cut and let them out, they're like, well, their wings, I can't fly. Now what are you gonna do? I can't walk around like this. So I like that for you. Let's see what your fortune cookie says too here. Let's do the power of surrender deck for you. And you got surrender to the beauty of the natural world. And it says, take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. And that is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Nurture yourself, work on yourself. You know, we can trust that, like we said, we're talking before, we can trust that they're going to bring me the perfect person in the perfect timing in the perfect way. And I can't rush it, so I'm gonna go with the flow, and I'm going to instead focus on my adventure, knowing they'll be a part of my life eventually, but in the meantime, there's a reason why things are going at the speed they are, to give me time to release old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve me anymore, emotions that don't serve me anymore, energy that doesn't serve me anymore, things that don't serve me anymore, purging of things out of our life so that you can be in that beautiful, perfect place that you're ready for this move. You're ready for this next stage of your life. And you don't start that all when you guys get together. It's like you do this stuff day by day, and then it's not something you have to do all at once and not with living together. You know, you're doing that stuff now so that you, when you do move in, you don't have to work through all this stuff together. You've done a lot of independent work on it. So hopefully that helps Sue. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. So thank you guys for your patience. Those are all of the donations. Those do take longer. We dive deep into those. Of course, we get nosy. For the free readings, they move a little quicker. We don't get fortune cookies for those. We also just do one to two cards for these readings. Now, before we start on all the other readings, I do have 3 of my YouTube channel member readings. So we've got this one and this one. We'll do the morning ones first, and then this other one here for you too. All right. So up first, we do have Happy Pill. Let's grab your timestamp. So Happy Pill, you would like an ancestral guidance and messages. And thank you for your donations earlier today too. I think that was this morning, right? It all runs together. Yeah, it was this morning, right? Not last night. Maybe it wasn't last night. I don't know. But thank you for when they were. You had 4 donations, I remember. Sometime. All right. Ancestral guidance and messages. All right, let's see what they have here for you. All right. So you have the 10 of wands here, the 10 of staves, and the Sultan, which is the Emperor energy. And with this energy that we have here, the Emperor is like this it's Aries energy, it's fire energy, it's action energy, but it's them deciding what I want to do, right? They have all these people telling them, you should do this and you should do that, and blah, blah, blah. And with this 10 of wands, it's like a burden of, I'm trying to please everyone, and everyone's wanting me to do this stuff, and I'm investing so much energy and supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's. And we might have even got one this with one of your readings, maybe if this sounds familiar, but it's about taking an inventory of where you're investing all of your energy. But it starts with the Emperor, where you decide what is it that I want? What's most important to me? What is most urgent to me? Then I focus on the things that are most important and urgent to me first. It's like 3 buckets. Second bucket is that you're determining as this emperor what is important to me but not urgent. Then I can put that on my calendar and have space. I know when it's going to become urgent, so I put it on my calendar. And then the things that are not important to me but everyone is saying is urgent, I put that in this little bucket called a wastebasket over here. I focus on bucket number 1. If I finish that, then I focus on future bucket number 2 things. And if I'm bored and I want to expend my energy, then I can dive into bucket number 3. But it's not important to me, even though they're yelling that it's urgent. It's not important. So I'm not going to invest energy into it unless I finish everything else and I want to. So I feel like that's an important thing with your ancestors, is realizing, especially in this day and age where everything feels urgent, everything feels important. It's important you to sift through and really determine, what is it that everyone is saying is urgent that I don't feel is, or that's important and I don't? It's you determining, you realizing you're the emperor of your own life, and There you go. So that's what your ancestors have for you right now. So hopefully that helps. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Olivier Vergara, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. And what we'll do here, I'm going to just get rid of uh, having two timestamps. We're just going to do one because they're one after another anyway. So we'll do your morning one and then your evening one, one after another. So for your morning one, you want to know what's in store for you this coming week. So let's take a look here. Okay, let's try that again. Let me shuffle these up. All right. So what's coming for this coming week? Okay, that's what else? All right, and this. So you've got here. All right. The Son of Coins, which is the Knight of Pentacles, which normally is the slowest moving knight of them all, and the Nine of Staves, which is like a blockade energy, something that's been holding back. And so there's this kind of energy of something that's been so slow on coming towards you and feeling like there's like something that's keeping something away. Well, there is this opening up, there's this cleansing. It's like the gates are opening up and the stuff that you've been waiting for, the harvest is coming. So the wait is over, whatever this is that you've been really trying to persevere through, and that feels like there's been this invisible forest field keeping you away. The sun, the Knight of Pentacles, it's not a horse that's standing still, it's just very slow moving. So there's always been progress happening. It's just not happening in the right timing, according to our ego, right? But it's going to be perfect timing according to um, the real and divine timing. So this is good. I feel like coming up here this next week, you're going to start to see whatever this is. You're starting to see movement and um, flow start to happen in whatever area of life that is. All right. So that is what they have for you, Olivier, for that one. And then for the evening one, you wanted to know if Harry's economy will get better in the upcoming months. So based on current energies, will Harry's economy get better in the upcoming months here? Okay. Got these two. What do we have here? There is going to be some struggles here with the Five of Swords. We do have the Star card, which is hope, dream come true, balance. Um, there is a battle that goes on here with the Five of Swords, which is a battle between head and heart. And I do feel here, that their head definitely fears and things that kick in with this, and um, and their heart. They've got to figure some stuff out because I feel like um, there's instability in how they approach things, right? They, um, if they're in this lower vibrational place, they'll overspend try to make their dream come true and trying to help people and this and they but they don't do logical things. They react emotionally and then psh, 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 psh. So they really need to learn to budget and they really need to stick to their budget in order for it to improve because they have a lot of spending that they do emotionally and then they're like, "Oh no." It's like when you feel down and you're like, "I don't care. I'm going to, spend this money that I don't have." And then when the bills come due, you're like, "Oh god, I wish I wouldn't have done that." So if they can learn to kind of discipline themselves and stick to their budget, then it will improve. But it's this battle between their head and their heart that is causing some troubles. So that is what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. So that is it for my donations and my YouTube channel members. So we'll move into the free readings next. Let me just prep it here. We're going to start with the AM session first. So this morning session, and then we'll move into the evening session. So if you have something in both, um, I'll try to remember, but I think we only have like one. I think up first here, like calm karma. If you have if you had a question in the morning session and then a question in the evening session, they will still be separate. So just look for your name in both and click on the timestamps. It'll take you and leap you forward into where your readings are. Okay. So let me bring these up here. We'll start in on these. So thank you again so much for all your patience in getting to the readings. I know some of you guys have waited all day to hear these things. So thank you. I definitely appreciate that so much. All right, let me take a sip and we'll dive in. I just don't know how to drink. It's like, all right. So we have calm karma. You are up. So calm karma. Let's put your first timestamp here. And so you're hoping for a general reading for what you should know regarding an upcoming court matter for child custody will be successful. All right, great. And of course, whenever it comes to legal matters, medical or whatever, there's a disclaimer in the description box. I'm not a medical professional, a lawyer, legal counsel, anything like that. Tarot is designed for fun, for entertainment purposes, for making decisions in life. Please, everyone, seek professional individuals to guide you, to help you. Ultimately, everyone makes their own decisions. I take no personal liability for anyone's decisions based on their readings. All right. So that said, let's see what spirit wants you to know. So let me grab a cough drop here. Getting a little scratchy throat. Been talking all day. Go figure, right? All right. So, calm karma. Let's see here. What should you know? What's good for you to know regarding the upcoming court? And then will it be successful? All right. So, what do you need to know? Yeah, the Two of Staves. It's important to know that whatever you're focusing on is what you draw into your life. And so without seeing the outcome yet, I don't even know what it says. This is what you need to know. If I focus on fear of like, oh, I fear it's not going to be successful, guess what? My energy is pushing away success because it's our energy is saying, I don't want success. I want failure, right? Because I fear failure. My energy isn't isn't interpreted as like, I don't want this. When I point at something, I fear this is gonna happen. I'm saying this is what I want. That's all you see. All the universe sees is me doing this. They don't hear me going, "I don't want that." They see me pointing, my energy draws it toward me. Also energy of need and want, like, I want, custody. I need custody. That's lack energy, right? So, because I feel like I don't have something, so I'm needing it, I'm wanting it. And what does that do? That also gives me more lack. It pushes it away. So this is like what you need to know is that your energy is so powerful. And if you focus on gratitude for, the custody I do have, I'm so grateful that I have this custody of my child. I'm so, excuse me, grateful for the custody I have had. It's have energy, which then, when we're truly, sincerely grateful, not going pretending and going, I hope I don't lose them. Because if I'm focusing all on that, then I'm just making it difficult for this to go in that direction, right? But my part is I can have gratitude, and that opens my arm. It opens the conduit that allows the universe to help me more in having that unfold. If this is truly what is for the highest experience for everyone involved, right? The universe isn't going to, not saying this is you, but it's like if there's an abusive parent that's like, oh, I'm so grateful for the custody, blah, blah, blah. The universe is going, if that child, their best interest for their journey and adventure is to be with an abusive parent, and that's what the soul wanted, that's what they'll have, you know. But what we can do, only your part is your energy. You can only manage your choices, no one else's, right? So that's important to know here. You do have the Hierophant. Hierophant is this legal situation. It's like the justice of the peace, so it can be court and legal contract stuff, but it is a positive energy. So I do feel like there is um a positive outcome for this for you. But definitely with the Two of Wands, make sure you're focusing on your energy because that's all you can control. All right. And then we'll circle back around for your other one here in a moment. All right. New love, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So hello. You just got depressed again after meeting mean people. I treat them with respect, but most people just dislike and are mean to me. What can you see about it? Yeah. Well, um, especially when we're coming across a lot of the same mirroring. Everyone's a mirror. So if we feel like people are disrespecting me and being mean to me and disliking me, there's that existing within myself toward myself. There's ways that I'm disrespecting myself. There's ways that I'm disliking myself. There's ways I'm being mean to myself. These mirrors are showing me how that's happening. Negative self-talk, um, judgment of myself, beating myself up. And if it's not conscious, if you're like, well, I don't feel like I'm doing that. I feel like I'm this and that, then it's down here in the subconscious world because our inner children, if they had that feeling and they're all that emotion that we push down is gurgling, it's drawing it in. And if we're not dealing with it and helping our inner child transform it, w they will bring it into our bodies and bring it from the outside world so that it's like their way of getting someone to get our attention because our little inner child's down in the basement and we're not paying attention to it, right? So let's see what else they have to say here, but definitely if there's this patterns keep happening, then there is something to be looked at within ourselves because that's why it's being drawn to us. It's not a curse, it's not other people doing it to me, I'm drawing it to myself to show me what I wanna see about these situations, and so however people we feel are treating us, how we're seeing other people treat us is how we're treating ourselves, um, or how we have or are treating other people, but like you said, I'm treating everyone nice, it's like, well, in here, what thoughts are we putting towards ourselves and others? What energy am I putting forward? Something to look at. Let's see what else Spirit has though. Yeah. So we have the Six of Wands energy and the Fool card. The Fool card is about letting go of expectations, letting go of what victory and success means. And this is a good point because as long as I have these judgments towards others, um, then I'm going to be drawing that toward me too, right? So, what I mean by that is in the outside world, people just are. They just do things or don't do things. They either say things or they don't say things. And none of that has meaning till it gets in here, right? Um because you're defining them as mean, you're judging them, right? If we look at it and go, I meet people and they treat me a certain way, you're putting a story to what their actions mean. They're being mean to me. They are not acting the way I want them to act. So we have judgment. We're trying to control who they are supposed to be and how they're supposed to act, what they're supposed to say. Instead, free them, let them be, release them. And excuse me, if there can't be that many mean people in the world unless you live in a really mean city, where everyone's raised mean, and that's still our definition. People act a certain way. Like if you like here in the United States, I live in the middle of the United States and more to the Midwest kind of energy, which are people are generally nice and people are waving hello and we it's our tone is different and we approach things differently. You go to the East Coast into New York and the East Coast, you think people are being rude. Like I remember like if you go to a Starbucks, people are like, "Hi, how are you? How can we help you?" And then I went back east and the Starbucks and I walked up and they were sitting there talking and everything and they looked at me and like, "Yes." And I'm like, "Oh, no, please don't let me bother you." They were like I was like, "Oh my god, how rude." But that's how that's their community, that's their society, that's what they knew. And everyone is like that. Everyone acts a certain way based on how they were raised. They just think this is the norm. And if we like, "Oh, but that means you're this," free yourself from judging everyone and trying to control what everyone else is doing or saying or not doing or not saying, and free yourself from this harsh list of who you're supposed to be. Because if we're judging other people and saying that they're mean and this and that and this isn't acceptable and that's not right and you're not doing this, there's three fingers pointing back at us. We have uh, a strong high bar of how you're judging yourself, and you can free yourself from this. This is what the full card is about. It's the ending of an old cycle, the beginning of a new adventure without rules, without supposed to be's and should be's, allowing yourself to be who you are, allowing everyone else to be who they are. It it sets you free because if you have yourself under rules, by golly, you're going to make sure everyone else is being who you think they should be too, while also harshly judging yourself. You set yourself free, you don't care about what anyone else is doing, you set them free too. And then there's this victory that comes with this. So, some things to look at and just to realize everyone in the outside world is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. I might have recommended it before. If you haven't checked out Byron Katie, there's a great website, thework.com, just THEWORK.com. It's free. She has a YouTube channel too. She was, it was life changing for me because I used to have a very harsh, um, high bar on myself too. And I used to be pointing out what people weren't doing and not doing and get frustrated and, and people are not acting the way they should be. And then I released myself and I stopped being God's little sheriff trying to control the universe, came back to focus on me and did that with the work with Byron Katie through the free um, worksheets and watching all the videos. And it was like, wow, you're able to question specific situations and set yourself free through it, which is great. So, something to think about. It's all up to you, my dear. So many blessings to you. That's what they have right now. All right. And let me double check here. Let's see here. I think I'm going to save this one over here because I deleted it, but I'll come back. Anyway, you guys don't need to know all that. All right. Then we have IDKKKK board. So, great screen name. So, I am well. You just want to know how M feels about you. Let's take a look here. How does M feel about you here? Can I do one of these two? So, you know, they're still getting over this fear of expressing their emotions. They have the Ace of Cups, which is, happiness, overflowing love, energy. But this Tower card, which represents like the fear of things being suddenly removed out of your life. And I feel like has had that happen in their life before, like when they were young, like 7 years old and younger, when their emotional body was being created. They experienced abandonment. They experienced things that they loved being suddenly removed, whether it was a pet, a friend, maybe even a grandparent, or someone that suddenly got removed out, maybe even a parent that got left or whatever. But they've got this fear that was really, deep in the foundation of where they were at, a fear of losing love, and so they're very, very, excuse me, tentative, and they're slow in opening up their heart because when they attach to something, it feels like it gets moved out of their life, which, if you have this belief and this fear of it, and our energy goes into the fear of it, what does it do? It creates it, it draws it towards us. So it gets reinforced. The more we focus on a fear, the bigger the fear can become because we're drawing it in and it just reinforces, oh my God, it's going to happen. It always happens. Look, it happened there and there and there and there. But if I wasn't focusing on it, it wouldn't have happened there and there and there and there. It would have not happened. But my energy is drawing it in. And this is what I feel is going on here. They do have this, overflowing love. Their heart um, has this emotion, but this fear energy is what keeps it. It's like a little rabbit that's so scared. It wants to come to you, but it's scared and it's startled, and so it stays away. It doesn't allow itself to be expressed. So hopefully that brings a little light into the situation there for you. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Dijona 777, you are up next here. Let's grab your timestamp. Ooh, that one went really weird. Hold on. All right, there we go. So Dejona, sorry, you want to know whatever comes out. Whatever comes out. So what do you have for Dejona, please? I like this energy. You've got the World card, which is an ending of a cycle, the beginning of a new adventure. The Seven of Swords is beliefs around betrayal, thievery, but I feel like it's more betrayal, and this energy is about it's time to let go of this old pattern, this old cycle of not trusting people, maybe particular type of person, because not everyone's the same, and if we keep focusing on it, we'll keep drawing that in, and it's time to transform it. It's time to let it go. It's the old cycle. It's like I don't want to keep going around in circles with this. This is about, literally swinging on the circle. Here goes another pattern. Here we go again. But this is like I'm done. I'm not going to allow this to be something that repeats over and over again. I'm going to be set free from this. And so I like this. It's about leaving some old ways of thinking behind that steal opportunities from you because you're like, oh no, this person's like all the rest. It's like we kind of keep ourselves, but being able to have experiences because of it. So I feel like this is what they're saying is it's time to do whatever you need to do to be able to learn to trust. And that's was the big thing for me. I had a big mistrust issues. Um, and I went to therapy for a few sessions, and that's one of the things I remember my therapist asking me, um, because with mistrust, they were like, "Well, um, is everyone the same?" And I'm like, "It seems to be." They're like, "Well," because I kept on having people that were cheating, um, and oop, there goes the candle making noise back there. Spirit saying hello. But they're like, "Well, did you cheat?" And I'm like, "No, I was very faithful." So if you're different, is there possible that there's other people who are different too? Yeah, you make a good point, So it's doing what you can do to be set free is an important energy, which is what I feel like they want you to know now. It's time to let it go, right? All right. So that's what they have for you, Dejona. So many blessings to you. And then Ashish, you are up. Grab your timestamp here. What inner strengths can you lean on during this phase of uncertainty? There's no shoulds. When we ask shoulds, Spirit's like, there's no have tos, there's no shoulds. There's just different choices with different experiences. So ask them, what inner strength could you lean on during this phase of uncertainty that would bring you the greatest um, success? That's how we'll phrase it, to find out which inner strength will give you the greatest strength, the greatest outcome. Okay, then with that one on the bottom. All right. Mm. Joy, joy, joy. You have the devil card there, which is the darkness and the shadow. Look at the difference. I mean, the darkest card and the brightest card. And that is recognizing that I get to choose. So that really the power of choice would be our greatest inner strength, our free will, that I get to choose every moment. The story I put to something, is it going to be a higher vibration rooted in unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and gratitude, or lower vibration rooted in fear, right? Every moment I get to choose the emotion. Am I going to choose a higher vibration or a lower vibration? My energy, what my focus is. Am I focused on gratitude and higher vibration, or lower vibration, lack and fear? And my physical actions, are they going to be rooted in high vibration or lower vibration? That's all you can control. And when we're in a phase of uncertainty, it's like that's our inner child feeling unsafe and out of control. And the sun card, which is our inner child here's our inner children. They're the ones that don't like uncertainty. They don't like feeling um unsafe, right? And out of control. And so when there's uncertainty, we're feeling out of control, right? Humor and play and laughter is an immediate raises our love vibration. And if you ever have with children, when if they're feeling uncertain, everything, if you can make them laugh and giggle and have fun and smile and have fun, then that uncertainty leaves and they're in the moment of having fun again, right? So play, focusing on gratitude, focusing on joy, focusing on choosing higher vibration choices. Laugh as much as you can, smile, play, gratitude, unconditional love. I feel like those are the big things that you can do. So hopefully that helps a little bit. That's what they have for you, Ashish. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Culture Envy, you are up. Culture Not Vulture. Whoops. So I'd like a general reading. All right, let's see here what they have for you here. Sorry, crunching on my cough drop here. Not those. What else? Okay, this one. Wow. Got some new beginnings that are coming in here for you. You got the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Staves, and the Ace of Cups. And this does talk about here, I mean, of course, there could be new passion, new love interest that comes in. But it really begins with the self-love. The Ace of Cups is like the chalice, the Holy Grail. We become the chalice, we fill up, it overflows, it sparks things in our life. And I do feel like this new beginning energy, new beginning, new beginning, new beginning. Allow the new, allow the new. Focus on you, fill up and overflow, but allow the new, allow the new, allow the new. Let go. Every new beginning follows an ending. So let things end so that you can allow new beginnings. Allow new beginnings. They just keep repeating it. So don't resist. Um, as much as you can, don't resist because we have natural instincts to resist some stuff. Change now, but allow this to happen because it is for you. It empowers you. It fills you up. Um, and sometimes we don't know what is best for us. We just got to trust um, what's flowing in and flow with what the seasons of change and all that is entering our life. So I feel like that's what they want you to know right now. Culture, not vulture. Allow the endings, which bring the new beginnings. Just breathe through it like Lamaze. All right. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right, let me bring up more of these readings up here. All right. And then Sudeshna Ghosh, you are up next here. Oh, why did this? I don't think it copied it right. Oh, so sorry. Hold on a sec here. I think it corrected something. Hope it didn't do it on everything for you because it's almost like they did. Oh, interesting. Why does it keep doing that? It's like the G, they changed it to a C. Okay. Well, sorry if it did it everywhere else. I just noticed it just now. So, Sudeshna, hello, hello. So, let's do here, your timestamp here. Let's do it here. I think it was 1:30, 1:45. All right. So, thank you for all your donations earlier today. I'm so grateful. And this is your free one. So, you want to know how will your upcoming week be? Let's take a look here. How will your upcoming week be? Okay, we got that one. Oop, and I want this one here. So you've got all right, you have the Nine of Staves, the Nine of Wands, and you have the Justice card too. Now, the Justice card brings in a lot of balance and a lot of clarity, energy, where the Nine of Staves it can be a perseverance energy sometimes. But I feel like this Nine of Wands has been like a barrier where you feel like you've been pushing against something and it just feels like you can't get through it. Well, this next week with this Justice card, it's the balance, it's bringing in clarity, it's allowing things to balance out so you can see things differently and you can see that there are doorways to move through. I like this cleansing energy that they're showing here, like they're doing incense and they're doing a cleanse. And but I feel like this is like more so the inner energy is changing, allowing you to move forward. But it starts with seeing things from a higher perspective and letting go of some old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore, those that are limiting and that make you shrink and be small. These are small t truths, these beliefs and opinions rooted in fear. Well, if this happens, this means I'm unworthy. This happens, it means I'm failing. This means I'm unlovable and rejectable. And these are the old things. These are the things that create barriers. And I feel like you do get this clarity that comes in this next week that allows you to move past some of these barriers that you've had before. So I like this. Some good clarity, some good seeing things differently really gets things moving and allows flow to happen in your life. So hopefully that resonates. That's what they have for you, Sudeshna. So many blessings to you. All right. Then we have Maria P. You are up. Thank you for your donations earlier today. You're like a general for you and Wally. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Okay, this one and this. I was gonna say, expectations, expectations. I was just gonna joke, but there it is, Nine of Swords. Expectations, expectations. Two of Wands, Two of Staves. Whatever you focus on grows and expands. Be aware of your expectations. I just feel like that's just going to be like your mantra. I'm letting go of expectations. You can even get a t-shirt like this. This is the 3 of swords, which represents expectations equal disappointment. And of course, expectations are what suck the life out of relationships, out of anything. It's that supposed to be that really just screws over our lives, right? Because it's telling us it should be this, but then when it doesn't happen, we think something's wrong with us when really it's just this mind. When these opinions battle reality, these lose, but only 100% of the time. And so it's like releasing the supposed to be's. This is what is about the two of wands, right? Instead of focusing on this, focus on gratitude. What do I love about, Wally? What do I love about our relationship? What do I love about me in the relationship? What do I love about my child, my children? What do I love about my job? What do I love about my income? What am I grateful for in life? Gratitude, 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 gratitude. It's expanding, it draws more in, it grows things. Expectations are what diminish, it tears down. It's one of those demolition crews that comes in and tears apart things. So be aware of that. And I know you already are, but it's a great reminder because we've been taught so much to focus on all of that that we tend to do that, right? So that's what they have for me, Rhett. I know nothing new, but such an important once it goes from here, because you know it up here, but once it drops into here, that's the life changer. Because we we know, like, yeah, 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 I know expectations are, but I wonder what's this? I wonder what's that? I wonder, is this happening? When are they gonna do this that I think they're supposed to do? And when is it that's, you know, diminishing instead of going, you know what I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that, I'm grateful for that. All right. So blah blah blah. All right, that's what I have for you. Some many blessings to you. And then Leprechaun, you are up. Thank you so much for your patience in getting to your reading here. I think, do you have another one this evening? I didn't think I saw one, but we do have your one from earlier. So your question is, what are we sensing about W? Does he currently have motivation to get to know you? You're utilizing your empathetic thinking. Is it in his heart to like attraction? Travel, okay? All right, let's take a look here. So I think you're talking about empathic abilities, picking up emotional energies. Let's see this here. So what are we sensing around W? Does he currently have motivation to get to know you? Is it in his heart like attraction and travel? Okay, okay. So let's take a look here. We do have the Seven of Swords. There is this sense of mistrust in people, and not just you specifically, but they've got this betrayal energy, having been betrayed, having, a lot of these mindsets that cheat them out of opportunities because they've got so many fears that control this here, right? We have the Sun card, so there is attraction here, passion energy here. So there is energy of that draws, but there are these fears that keep things away, that um, keep them from acting and sharing that and moving forward with it. So they do have this sense of um, needing to over time prove that it's safe to move forward in the emotions, and they're looking like any sudden movement, they're just very easily startled in their heart. Um, so there is, and this is more not so much love energy as it is energetic attraction and physical attraction. It's passion energy with the sun, not love energy. And that's where it starts with them. They don't have a whole lot of self love, so they don't have a whole lot of love to give. Emotion, love, so they give motion, which is one's energy, fire energy, passion, intimacy, action, 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 but not emotion with it. It's passion energy. So hopefully that makes sense. Travel, is travel okay? I don't know. With the 7 of Swords, I would kind of I feel like travel is a pause for now. Um, there's this with this deceit energy and this, uh, energy. I just feel like the sun is shining bright on things, but there's dark shadows there, which is kinda like, let's stay within it's like, staying within the boundaries of protection here, even though the sun is shining bright. So, I probably would limit travel right now, is what's coming in, alright? So, hopefully that makes sense. That's what we have for you, Leprechaun. So many blessings to you. And then Victoria, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. And you want to know who is coming towards you in the upcoming week. Let's take a look. Or, I'm sorry, what is coming towards you in the upcoming week? Whoa. Here's that sun card. Came flying out of the deck here. Oh, right. Wow. I like this for you. You have the three, major arcana three, the Empress, which is about birthing and abundance and new beginnings, but nurturing yourself. And with the 10 of Cups, there's a lot of emotional energy in both of these cards. 10 of Cups is like full and overflowing. But the Empress also, she rules over the queens, and all the queens have cups behind the scenes, which means there's a lot of, emotion behind the energy of all the queens. And then the Queen of Cups has also cups, water energy. So she's like 5 parts water, and then 1 part air, 1 part earth, 1 part fire. So there is a lot of underlying emotion that's flowing in here this week. So being aware, nurturing yourself, making choices from your heart for you, 10 of Cups, following your joy is such an important energy this week in creating stuff and making decisions. Let emotions have their say and let that Empress be free of a lot of the restrictions of the Emperor and the Hierophant, which are all the supposed to be's and needs to be's and should be's, all these expectations of society, expectations of organized spirituality, um, which is the Hierophant energy. And the Empress, she runs free through the forest without restrictions. She sometimes even runs naked through the forest. Screw all the rules, right? But this is about so being true to you and expressing yourself is an important energy for you this week. All right. So that's what they have for you, Victoria. So many blessings to you. All right. And then AG 17120, you are up. All right. Oops, that's not right. There we go. That's more accurate. Timestamps can be a challenge. All right. So hello. So Anshul, please provide you universe and spiritual guidance. You're feeling stuck in life, which is causing you anxiety and stress. What should you do? Well, of course, what's wonderful to help take the stress off is there is no should, there is no have to. The universe doesn't have there's no wrong choices. There's just different choices with different experiences and different outcomes. And they don't judge. There's no right or wrong. There's just different. So take the stress out of it by you can't make a wrong choice. But let's find out more here about the stuckness and what they advice they give you on what you can do with this feeling of being stuck. Yeah. So the 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of Coins energy is a feeling of lack, of not having enough, not being enough, fear of being left behind out in the cold, being abandoned. And then the 4 of Staves, the 4 of Wands is about joy and celebration, the stability that comes in. And I feel like what they're saying here with these about why you're stuck is that there's a focus in on want and there's a focus in on need and there's a focus in on not enough, right? Either I'm not enough or I don't have enough. And when we're focusing on lack energy, we just feel like we're digging a hole and putting the dirt back in from another hole. And we're like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm not getting anywhere. This is where that stuck feeling comes in. Um, because we are like when we put like our success in the future, like, in order for me to be acceptable and lovable and successful, so and so has to happen, then my worth is set in the future and I can't feel secure and enjoy life now because it's all about having accomplishment and all that in the future. So, how you do that with this joy card is we break through feeling stuck in life by focusing on what I'm grateful for. And it just starts with one thing. What am I grateful for in this moment? I can breathe. I can breathe. I can see. I'm so grateful I can see. I'm so grateful I can hear. I'm so grateful I can move my arms. I'm so grateful I have internet. So grateful I have electricity to run the internet. So grateful I have a cell phone. I'm so grateful I have lighting. I'm so grateful, there's this we can continue with all of that. And the more we look at, wow, look at everything I have now. What am I grateful for what I have and for what I have had? That changes things. That starts flow. Stagnancy and blocking happens when we're focusing on lack, when we're focusing on our fears. And what gets energy moving and changing is higher vibration, which is unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and play, doing any of that stuff and gratitude, right? So, doing any of those things helps things get moving and it takes us from anxiety and stress, which are fear energies, fear of lack, fear of not, you know, accomplishing or being or whatever all these thoughts of supposed to be's are. And it's focusing on this higher vibration, just helps us release that, the anxiety, the fear of not being enough, the fear of rejection, the fear of failure. If I didn't say that already, the fear of failure, the fear of failure. No, So, something to consider that. So, that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right, let me move some of this over here. We'll move in some more. Okay, we're getting there, everybody. Hang in there. And I do appreciate all of your patience in getting to the readings here. I think I hear fireworks out there. It's a week early. 4th of July is next weekend. We'll probably hear a ton of fireworks in my sessions next week. All right. So, Johanna, you are up. Johanna, let's grab your timestamp here. Hello, hello, my friend. So, a little general reading. Let's see what Spirit has here for you. What would they like you to know right now? All right, these two. All right, two major arcana. There is a little bit of rest and relaxation energy here. The Empress is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. It's good to get out in nature. Do not hang upside down from a tree and hurt yourself. But the Hangman is about resting and pausing, seeing things from a different perspective. But it is a resting energy. It is a creative energy too. And I know you've been very busy and everything, but it could also be taking time to allow yourself to express your creativity, whatever that may be. But it doesn't have to be something that you share with other people either. It doesn't have to be, you know, something that is shared, like I said, shared with others. It could be something that you're creating for you, and it allows you to have that creative energy flow, and it helps with your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body. It just helps this get life flowing through you instead of any kind of stagnancy or um, exhaustion too. It's a good energizing, but definitely rest and relaxation and focusing on some sort of creative expression, whether it's in kitchen with food or a tea or artwork of some kind, creating a song, whatever it may be. It's time for some creative flow with all that, and it's important for you to take time for that. Right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right, then Cat Goddess, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. And your comments have been cracking me up. So thank you so much for that. Well, you know what do your spirit guides want you to know for the week ahead? Let's take a look here. What do your spirit guides have for the week ahead? All right. The 5 of Cups is an energy of sorrow, and it's okay to experience lower vibrational emotions because there's no right or wrong emotion. But there comes a time here with the Emperor that, okay, this energy that's been flowing, um, this lower vibrational emotion energy that's just been kind of circulating, it makes itself known. You do the things that help you get past it, but we're not getting to the root of it. It feels like we've been dealing with the symptoms, but not the cause. And the emperor is like, all right, we're ready. This is Aries energy. I'm ready to take the energy to plan how am I going to transform this emotion, put energy behind it, and do it. So it's time here, I feel like, to really dive into what is at the root of this, whatever this thing, this trigger that keeps on popping up over and over again. And we do it, and like it's almost like a some sort of nuclear reactor. It keeps on going up into the red. We do stuff to make it go back down, and like, all right, we're good for a while, and then it keeps going back up. We do the things to make it go back down where it's not like, oh my God, but it keeps happening for a reason. And if we don't deal with the cause of it, we might go nuclear someday. So I like that for you. So hopefully that helps for right now. Cat Goddess, so many blessings to you. All right. And then and Anvi, Envy, you are up here. And oh, Charu, am I saying that right? So welcome to you. So you want to pursue an MBA, but you're not able to get good college. So your father admitted in college, but fees are really heavy. So you're scared that you're not able to do well. Okay, so you just want some advice on what to do around this, right? All right, let's take a look here. Or I'm afraid I'm not going to do well. Based on current energies, what advice does Spirit have for you regarding this and the capacity to do well? Yeah, and I like this here. So the 5 of Staff, the 5 of Wands, is a movement and a change of energy. And with the Daughter of Cups, the Page of Cups is about happiness and calmness. Do you see how calm they are by the water there? And then the drama of the 5 of Wands is like, oh my gosh, competition and this conflict energy. Well, what the amazing thing is that when you have a brilliant mind, right? And when we're not in fear, when we're in fear and anxiety, we're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. What happens is our little inner child feels unsafe and out of control. It boots out. Our intelligent, loving, compassionate adult self leaves a little 2-year-old and its pet hissing cat in charge. You don't want them taking tests. You don't want them doing the homework and assignments, right? Because they don't know. It's a 2-year-old and a cat. You don't want either of them getting anywhere near your college work, right? So, it's about learning to calm down, whatever you need to do. It's meditation, breathing exercises, and it's looking at the fears. What's the worst that could happen? If you don't do well in college and you flunk out, what are you scared of, right? What is my father gonna think? You know what? Your father's gonna think what they're gonna think anyway. People are always gonna think what they wanna think, but you get to choose for your life. So anything you can do to get to the root of the fear of what are you afraid of? What rejection are you afraid of? What are you thinking that everyone's gonna reject you and you're gonna dying alone on the edge of a town and get eaten by wolves or something? You know, let's look at the fears, but also learning to get yourself out of anxiety, out of fear, which is breathing exercises, meditation, whatever you can, learning calming techniques so that you can come back to yourself, your intelligent side of you, instead of a 2-year-old and its pet hissing cat. You can come back to go, all right, so you're taking a test. You're like, just did that. There was a firework and it exploded. Boom. Yeah. That's what we're afraid of. Things are going to explode. But it's like, yeah, you know, what am I afraid of? But it's in the moment when you start to feel anxiety rise, if you just and do that a few times, that helps our body come out of fight or flight mode and come back into our intelligent mind, right? So doing things, whatever it is, to help prepare to relax you, that's so important for every area of our life because we'll always have things that'll be rising up that we fear, but it's about how we learn to um, avoid triggering into fear and coming back to our confidence. So sometimes facing the fear of what we feel the outcome will be, you know, we all fail a class here and there. We all won't be perfect. We always do the best we can in the moment with where we're at energetically, our environment, what we are, beliefs, and everything. But if we can change how we approach um, that energy of anxiety, we can calm ourselves and then you can access this. And the more you do, like anything in life that you start something new, it scares the crap out of us, right? Because our little inner child feels unsafe and out of control. This is stranger danger. This is new. Oh my God, what if, what if? And then you take a class and you do fine. And then you take another class and you do fine. You gain the confidence. And oh, you do not do so well in a class. That's fine. I can retake it, or overall, I'm going in this direction. So just realize, um, you know, those things. I feel like I'm not going to keep it looping it around, but I feel like that's important for you to know. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then, Allie, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So, Ellie, you want to have a reading for your brain personality changes and what to do next? Oh, okay. So, of course, see the disclaimer in the description box of the video. I'm not, of course, a licensed medical professional at all. Tarot's for entertainment purposes and for fun. Ultimately, everyone else, when you're making decisions for yourself, of course, seek personal, professional assistance. And I take no acceptance of liability for anyone else's decisions. But we'll see here what Spirit wants you to know here. Anything they can help you with here. All right. So, brain personality changes. What to do next? Okay, I feel like these two are the ones here. Yeah, well, I mean, you got the 9 of coins, the king of coins, the ace of coins. So there is a lot of physical energy that comes in with all of this here. The king of pentacles would be of course, someone who rolls over the physical body. So definitely consult a master over the physical bodies, being doctors, right? I do feel like they have the ace of coins is new opportunities and new information around the physical body that can help you with this 9 of coins, this feeling of independence and nurturing. The 9 is a number of the hermit, which is Virgo energy, which is over the body as well. So there's a lot of this returning back to the physical body. It feels chemical with personality change. So it feels like there's some sort of chemical, hormonal kind of transformational thing that changes things. Because it's like when when women, for example, after they have a child, they go through when they're building up. Having a child, chemicals change, personality changes, um, and afterwards they have postpartum where their hormones are going back into balance. They even found out that men, when their partners are pregnant, that they go through male hormonal changes as well. So there's a lot that goes on with the body that they're discovering more and more and more. So definitely, if you're not getting answers from a current doctor, look for others, look for other information, because there's so much information that's out there, new things that they're discovering. But I do feel like with this energy, I feel like it's physical, it's chemical, um, that's influencing the changes, and that they can look at that. Either a medical professional, um, psychiatry, they are medical and they do look at the functioning of the brain, I believe, is what I feel. But you can start off with a medical doctor and see where they go from there if you've already, of course, seen one. If you're not getting what you feel you answers, then, as they say, get a second opinion. All right. So hopefully that helps a little bit there, Ali. So many blessings to you. All right. Then we have Debbie, O Texas. Hey, hey, hey. Let's grab your timestamp here, Debbie. So good. And thank you for your kind comments today. I appreciate those. And so I know I need to love myself to find your true love. Yay, absolutely. And I feel like I love myself, but what do I need to do exactly to heal? All right. Well, let's take a look here and see what advice Spirit has here. I feel like an important thing to know, and I have a little sticky note here, a couple sticky notes. The two that I want to mention, one is I look at it because it says, "I'm not broken. I'm burning away that which is not me." So there's a difference. If I need to heal, that means we feel like something's broken within us. But I'm not broken. I don't need healing. What I'm doing is I'm burning away that which is not me. What makes me feel like something's wrong with me is that I have things that I've taken on throughout my life that are not me, that I've taken on, and it's removing that stuff out of my way. It's like Rumi says, I don't have to discover love. I just need to discover the obstacles that through my life I have created between me and love. And that's a higher vibrational way of looking at things. If I feel like I'm broken, I will continue on a cycle of brokenness. If I realize, no, I'm not broken, I'm powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being. I'm just doing things, I'm pulling away these paper mache pieces. If you can imagine, like all your life growing up, that you were given strips of wet paper mache, going, "This is defining you. Put this on you." They give it to me, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then someone else gives me something else. I'm defining it. I'm restricting myself. Pretty soon, I look like someone that was been in a skiing accident, right? That's like a mummy. All you can see is my eyes and my little nostril holes and a place for a straw, and my fingers are free and my toes are free. That's it, right? Um, and then I realize I'm so restricted I can't move. I get tired of it. I start busting out of it. I start peeling away. It's like burning away, but I'm pulling away in big chunks, things that are not me, and I'm becoming free. And that's where lettuce happens. The other thing that other sticky note I have is we can ask our pain. If I feel like I have pain inside, and this is because this is why I feel like I need to heal. I'm like, oh, I feel like I have a pain. This needs to heal. But instead, I ask my pain, what do you need from me? And sit with that. So if I feel heartache or heartbreak or, something that I feel, it's like, all right, emotional pain, this emotional pain I'm feeling, whatever. What do you need from me? Because it's our little inner child crying out, for us, right? Let's see what else they have here for you. Just a couple little things there. All right. Yeah. So we have the Hanged Man, which is about seeing things from a higher perspective, letting go of the caterpillar ways, becoming the butterfly. And the Queen of Swords is the balance between head and heart, and realizing that our brain has created a lot of rules and expectations around supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, all these opinions that we had growing up, right? Telling us who we're supposed to be and should be and need to be. Again, all that stuff, all that paper mache that's been keeping us restricted and small, and so it's when we're talking about loving ourselves, that's what we're getting into, right? With all these, uh, it makes it difficult for us to love ourselves when we have a supposed to be, should be, and need to be. And that is exactly what who we're not. And we learn to hate ourselves because we're judging ourselves so harshly by all these opinions going, I'm not that though. Oh no, that means I'm bad. That means I'm horrible. That means I'm not lovable. That means I'm unacceptable. Oh, psh, 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 we start smacking ourselves around, right? And not liking it. Oh my God. So I feel like when we question these things that we feel um, are there, our pains, it's like this Three of Swords shirt. This is the three, like the Three of Swords in the tarot, which is all these expectations. There's these are our fears. These are the supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, must be's. And when we have all of these opinions of who we're not, we fear rejection. And when we, um, this feeling that we need to heal from is actually fear, right? We talk about the Three of Swords is there's this lie of heartbreak. My heart is broken. And it's like spirit goes, no, your heart can never be broken. It's too powerful. And I'm like, please explain this heartbreak feeling that I've had several times then. And they're like, calm down, Rattler, sit down, come here, simmer down. And they're like, okay, you know, let's tell you this, that you know how like when your brother would jump out and scare the crap out of you and how you would scare the crap out of them. Yeah, like we would take turns scaring each other. So when they do that, you're like, you know, that feeling you have in your heart of a prick in your heart of, and then you realize it's just them. Then it goes away. But an emotional pain, an emotional belief, an emotional monster doesn't just disappear. When we go, oh, it's just that, it doesn't, we usually don't recover that fast from that, right? So it loops, it keeps on pain, pain, pain. That's what heartbreak feels like, is it's that prick of fear, but it's recycling over and over and over and over until we get distracted and then it goes away. And then we're like, oh, that's right. They did that. And that means I'm boom, here it goes again. Oh, the heartache is back. You know, this heartbreak feeling. Oh, no. But once we realize we get to the root of the fear of the emotion, which is generally meaning their action or non action, their word or their silence means something about my lovability. Because that's what we were taught, right? These expectations. And so this is part of learning. It's like I'm unconditioning the love, because that's conditional love. I am only lovable if da 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 da, this long list of all these expectations, right? Unconditional love. When we turn inward and upward, we find that unconditional love of the Creator. It's eternal, it's unconditional, nothing we have to do to earn it, nothing we can do to lose it. That's where we find our freedom. And then we're like, we begin to question all these rules of lovability, going, is that really true? Not according to the big kahuna. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Debbie, did we even pull a card? Yeah, we did pull cards. I think we pulled cards. Did we pull cards? I think we did. But I feel like they could write you your message if even if I just channeled it. Here's your card. We pulled the Three of Swords. All right. Hopefully that helps, my dear. That's what they have right now for you. So many blessings. I'm getting so goofy. All right. And then Yvette, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Okay. And you would like a love reading. Let's take a look here. What do they want you to know about love? No, they don't want those. Let me take another sip here. Can't believe it's almost midnight. And people are firing fireworks out there. What are they thinking? Or there's a gun battle. One or the other. Who knows? It sounds like fireworks. All right. Whoa. All right. So let's see what we have here. Yvette. Wow. Well, it definitely is love. You got 4 of Cups and 6 of Cups. So we have yeah, that's definitely fireworks. Bam. I also my window is on the side of the house where the garage is here, and there's another house so it echoes in. So if you guys hear it, don't worry. We're safe, I think. But the 4 of Cups is an energy here of kind of this boredom of the loves that you've had in the past. And this is how they're like, they're bored and looking away from this, but they don't see the 4th cup yet, which is a higher love, a different love that's unlike what the love is from the past. Boom. And then we have the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups is past life connection energy in this case here. And the 4s and 6s, good flowing emotional energy. I feel like you have this emotional flowing. And to get from the 4 to the 6 in the minor arcana, we experience the odd number in between, which is the conflict. And so the 4 to the 6, I feel like there's been emotional conflict that has been coming up and that you've been working through, but it's been happening to bring it to your attention so that you can move to a new level. You can move to this new flow of emotion. And the 5 of Cups is usually there's 3 cups that someone's focusing on lower vibrational. The spilt cups, sorrow. We have the boo-boos and we do that. It's what we do as humans. But behind them is the 2 of Cups, the power of emotional choice. And what I love about this is that there is this regarding love, you're going through this empowerment, realizing that it's not the outside world that determines how I feel. People don't make me feel a certain way. No one can do that. Now, we can make it easier or harder. We can make it easier or harder for people to choose higher vibration or lower vibration emotions, right? But we can't force them and make them choose anything else. We can give someone the world, they could still choose to be upset and sad, right? So we return back to us and we realize no one can make me feel anything. They can make it harder for me to choose higher vibration by yelling in my face, I'm a stupid idiot. Like, but I still get to choose. I'm going to choose joy instead of, or whatever, right? And I like this because this is part of your growth and it allows you to love yourself more and release and take your power back about your emotional choice. You're not at the whim of the outside world. When that happens, I have to feel this way. Now we're taught that, right? When this happens, I'm supposed to feel this way. When that happens, I'm supposed to feel this way. When that happens, I'm supposed to feel this way. And so we feel like a puppet, an emotional puppet, like, oh, what's going to happen next? It's going to control my emotions. We realize we take back our emotions and that it doesn't matter what people are doing or not doing, saying or not saying in the outside world. I get to choose the emotion that I feel around it. And I like that energy because there was this great video that I saw on Instagram, little snippet from a seminar or something. And this guy was saying, that love you felt for that other person. And I'm like, yeah. it wasn't they didn't give that to you. And they're like, "What?" They go, "That emotion happened in here, not out there. Your interaction with them allowed you to create the emotion within you. You were the creator of the emotion, not them." Which means they're like, "I can create it again with someone else." They're like, "Exactly. We're the empowerment of our emotions." So I feel like that's the big things they want you to know here. You do have the 2 of cups on the bottom, which is yeah, there is love. Look at growing old together, boo doo boo doo boo. But then you even got the daughter of cups, which is a heightened, motion coming your way. But the 6 of cups is a past life energy too, which means you do have a fated relationship that will come your way, to help you learn all of this stuff, and you won't have to guess who that is, because they are someone you've known in a past life, and so you're gonna have this comfortability immediately. I usually joke that they're glowing in the dark and they have a rainbow shooting out of their butt, and you're like, "Hmm, that must be them," because it's so obvious that way. So just know that this is coming your way, but the biggest thing is in the steps in getting there is you discovering your emotional power, that you're not at the whim of anyone else's actions, that it all is generated within you. And that the love you're looking for is in here, not out there anyway. No one can give you the love you're looking for because it's in here, that eternal, unconditional love of the Creator. Once you fill up with that, then you start to see this type of relationship reflected to the outside world. So I feel like that is what they want you to know right now in preparation for this coming forward, because they don't want you to do that while you're in the relationship. It's like pre-doing it so that you can go into this relationship with this higher emotional awareness, and that's what they have. So hopefully that helps, Yvette. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right, and then Capricorn Sun, you are up. Let me grab your timestamp here. Capricorn Sun. Okay, it says you would like to get an in-depth reading about what's really going on with this connection between you and this guy. All right. Well, free readings are not really like in-depth. Those we do for donations. For the free readings, we just do 1 to 2 cards. So it's going to be a shallow reading. We'll see how much we'll get. But we can keep asking, and get more and more and more information through the free readings. But if you do want an in-depth, then a donation, we can super dive more, or personal reading too. All that information's in the description box of the video, as well, if you ever want one of those. Let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now about your connection between you and this guy? Well, so you do have the 2 of Cups, which is a relationship card connection that is coming in here. The 10 of Wands energy, that is um, an interesting energy. The Wands energy is more passion, it's more attraction, energetic attraction, um, physical attraction, this draw energy, and it's a lot of it with the 10 of Wands. 2 of Cups, though, is emotional connection, so it's not just all that. But I feel like this energy here, and it comes with Capricorn energy. I know a lot of Capricorn suns, and there's this certain draw, um, that's there, that it sometimes can feel animalistic, right? Where it's like, "Rah, rah," yeah, you almost feel like you have to consume, right? So there might be this strong, strong draw. There is emotion there, but right now it feels like there's a strong a physical attraction energy that is coming in here. Um, I do feel a bit with this Wands energy and this, that there is past life connection between you guys too, but just because it's so abundant, there's so much energetic attraction. that it can't just be this lifetime. It feels like there's multiple lifetimes of deep, intimate love and passion that is coming through, especially with all the emotional energy expansion that we've been having with Jupiter going into Cancer. Jupiter's the planet of expansion. Cancer, of course, it rules over emotion like the moon. And we're in Cancer season, so the sun is in it too. We just had a new moon. There's so much emotional energy happening this year anyway, but most recently, even more so, that it's just opening up our hearts. It's opening up our connections to the Akashic records and all these past life emotions. So I feel like that's a big piece to know that as an introductory of what's happening there. So hopefully that helps a little bit, Capricorn Sun. So many blessings to you. How fun. All right. So that was it for the morning session. So now we will move into the evening session. Let me bring these over. We don't have as quite as many of those. So this won't take too long, but we're getting there, everybody. Hang in there. Bring these over here. Okay, and this is this one here. Okay. And bring this one down here. Don't think I'm going to get them all. Nope. Okay. So up first, we do have Highness. So let's grab yours. 22131 is your timestamp. Interesting. All right. So will you get a job offer next week? Well, let's take a look here. Based on current energies, will you get a job offer next week? You got this one. Oop, and this one here. Okay. All right. Not yet. You're getting there because you have the Temperance card, which is about alchemy, slowness, patience. It's unfolding. What you can do based on current energy, though, the Seven of Swords is about our thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that steal opportunities from us. So, what that would tell me is that we've got, you know, um, some old small t truths rooted in fear about supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's kind of energy. But, a big piece of this is um, the lies we tell ourselves, the things that cheat us out of opportunities, is this belief that I'm supposed to focus on what I want, what I need. But when I focus on want and need, what's underneath that is lack. Because the only time I need something is if I feel I don't have something, not have energy, right? I feel like I want something. It's because I'm missing something in my life. Again, lack energy, right? And when I focus on lack, what do I get? I don't get what I'm lacking, I get more lack. That's how our energy works. So if you want to kind of counteract that and go, you know what? That's counterintuitive, but we focus on gratitude of what, like if I have a job now, let's say, then I focus on what I love about the job that I have now, and then also on the jobs I have had, the things I love and were grateful for that I experienced in these other jobs. Even it's like I like that I got paid regularly, that they didn't go bankrupt when I was with them. It's like not you don't want to focus on the negative, but it's like I love that they were financially secure. I love companies like that and gratitude. And then that opens up the conduit and that's how we draw it to us sooner. Helps speed it up, right? Because that's higher vibrations faster, lower vibration of lack and fear and hate and all that slower. And so that's what draws it and makes it harder for it to come to us. So I feel like that's what they want you to know right now. I don't feel like there's a job offer next week yet, but that doesn't mean that you can't draw it in sooner by a change of focusing on gratitude. Make a list of all the things you've loved about all the jobs that you've had. And focus on that gratitude. I feel like you'll feel a difference. So, right. So that's what they have for you, Highness. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Calm Karma. We are back around for you here. So this is your Second one, there is also in the Saturday AM a link if you haven't seen that one yet, around child. I think it's around child court case custody. I knew it was the word. This one, you want to see your soon to be ex husband is being a pain in your bohiny. Any advice to protect your energy? All right, let's take a look here. See what spirit has here for you. No, we don't want those. We do want this one, and we want this one. All right. Oh my gosh. We just put that card back in. Patience and temperance. Ugh. But we had the Four of Swords, which is resting your mind and letting go of expectations, and temperance and balance. You know, patience, um, there's some great energy with this that's coming in here because how we protect our energy is letting go of an expectation that they're supposed to act any other way than they are, right? Because when I'm focusing on who they're not being, what do I get? More, I get more of that being a pain, right? If I'm focusing on them being a pain and look at they're a pain, they're a pain, they're a bigger pain, they're a bigger pain, they're a bigger pain, they're a bigger pain. Because whatever I pay attention to, I grow and attract, right? And I know this is going to be a tough, challenging um, advice from spirit, but rather than grow what you hate about them, focus on what you're grateful for about them. Oh, I know, I know. Breathe, breathe. But it is. This is where the peace of mind comes, is when because whatever, it's like pain. If I'm in pain, if I focus on the pain and focus on the pain, my attention goes to the pain. There's more pain. I feel the pain is bigger. But if I focus on what I'm grateful for, then my mind goes off of that. I stop growing that. And what I'm grateful for expands. So if you're like, think about the opposite. Don't focus on the stuff you don't want. It's like a little kid that goes into a donut shop and they point at all the donuts they hate in the counter. Guess what you get? You get a dozen of donuts you hate. But if you point at all the things you love, then you get a dozen donuts of that you love, and that tastes good, right? Same thing with this your ex-husband. Think of him as a giant donut. And go, what do I appreciate about them? I'm grateful that they do this. I'm grateful that they do that. I'm grateful that they do this. And then that's what expands. That's what grows instead of them being a pain growing. What you like about them grows instead. So um, hopefully that helps because that's how the temperance is about this will help you get through it till you don't have to deal with them anymore. It's only a matter of time. They're not going to be in your life forever. You just need to get through this period. And this is how you can do it. Resting your mind, not focusing on what they're not doing, having gratitude for what they are doing. And you don't have to tell them it. You don't have to, it's all happening in here because that's the energy that's growing things, right? So hopefully that helps a little bit there, my dear. Hang in there. I know that's not easy, but it'll feel a lot better, and that's for you. It's not for them. This is for you to feel better, right? All right, so that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Right, and then Nelly Maderos, you are up. So Nelia, thank you for all your donations earlier. And for your free reading, you like a general for July. Let's take a look here. So you've got the Malika of Staves, the Queen of Wands, and you have the Four of Cups. There is this energy here. I think we talked a little bit about relationship earlier, but the Four of Cups, look at him. Yeah, I'm sorry, you can't see that. I was imitating him without even knowing it. I'm all, well, except I don't have a man bun. Um, okay, I'm not that thin either, but you know, this Four of Cups is this um, focus of energy on, there is this emotional stability energy that's coming in here, but there is also this progression that happens within the minor arcana where you know, if we start off like at 0, we have what we experience growth through odd numbers, um, especially like fives, sevens, nines. Those bring us challenges to help us go to the next level. Because, like, we have the Three of Cups energy, and then that takes us to the Four of Cups, emotional stability. And we're like, but if we stay there too long, we become emotionally stagnant and then bored, in which the Four of Cups can be emotionally bored. Um, then the Five of Cups comes along to shake and rattle us, to have us grow, to get us to the Six of Cups level. This Malika of Staves, the Queen of Wands, is this fiery energy, this igniting some energy in here for you. And I feel like July is a month of stepping into our power, realizing that it is this energy of focusing that these challenges emotionally happen for me so I can grow and become more strong and more aware and powerful in my emotional choices versus that it's happening to me. Why is this person doing this to me? Why am I feeling this way? Instead of going, why am why is this happening for me? Why am I feeling this? What is this bringing me? How am I growing through this? What gift is in this for me? And this is that power the Queen of Wands is, because she, is holding the Ace of Wands, which is what I focus on with my energy, is what grows. And so I just feel like this is a powerful energy for July of stepping into the empowerment of the emotional battles that are going on, that have gone on, and that come up. And rather than rushing past it, it's like sitting with it for a little bit and just um, don't focus a lot of energy on the lower vibration, because if we focus on it, it grows, right? So it's more glancing at it, not staring at it kind of energy that's coming in for July, but a lot of emotional transformation and moving from this feeling of emotional stagnancy to higher vibration emotional energy. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's what's coming in there for you. All right. Whoops. I'm flying these things around here. All right. So some girl online. Hello, hello. Let's grab this here. Um, so you had put in here, if I get to this question, I don't have to go back and answer the one from earlier if I don't want. Similar, just more explanation. Um, well, you had one earlier today. Will you get to be in A's life? That's the one I thought you were meaning. So I will do both of those right now. um, because I thought, but these aren't similar. Because this one is, last year you had a reading saying that this summer you say summer I'd be a child, or a child would enter your life that isn't biologically yours, but you'd be a mother figure to them. Is a oh is A that child? Okay, will you get to be in A's life? Okay, I get you. So it is, now that I read it. Okay. So let's take a look here. We'll bring it all together here. So thank you. Reading is really a helpful tool, like reading English, right? All right. I don't feel like these are, let me give these a shuffle here. So sorry. All right. Let me just move this way here. Okay, So is a that child. Do you get to be in their life? So we have that one. And then, I do want this one here too. Okay. Right, interesting. We got two tens. We have the 10 of swords and the Wheel of Fortune, the number 10, the major arcana number 10, which is endings and beginnings energy that comes in here. I don't feel like that with these tens because that is, like I said, it's I feel like there's going to be some new beginnings that will be coming in for summer. We're officially in summer, right? 9 days in, where are they at, right? Come on. You still have until the last day of summer, September 19th. We got time. But I feel like it doesn't feel like that they are it here because this is about letting go of expectations and ending of old ways and new beginning that comes in here for you with the wheel of fate turning. So it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't mean that I don't feel like this is that child. I'm going to do a clarifier though and see do do you do you get to be a part of A's life as well? Because it can be, you can have both, right? I feel like this one. So part of A's life, yeah, no. Have the Three of Swords, which is, of course, expectations equal disappointment, and the balance of justice and the balancing of things um, coming in with that. So I don't feel like you get to be a regular part of their life as we were kind of meaning. Um, but you get to be occasionally in their life. It's a balanced energy. But I don't feel like that's the child we were talking about. So not yet. Here it comes. You can be a part of so many different people's lives. I just love this nurturing energy that you can offer because you got such a huge heart. Right. So that's what they have for that one for you. So hang in there. All right. And then Mika Khan, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right. Let's see. How will your DS business go? Mm, okay. Sorry. So let's take a look here. Based on current energies, how will your DS business go with Tradell? What should you be careful about? Okay, so how would the business go? Well, you do have a death and a rebirth that comes in here. So um, with Tradell, it feels like it's kind of like a reboot that would have to happen here. It's like an ending, beginning kind of transformative energy. What do you need to be careful about? Oh, we have the balance with here, the star card. Um, has all these seven stars, which is about the balance of the energetic chakras. What do you need to be careful about is um, I like this Aquarius energy because it is about technology. It is about seeing things differently and expanding differently, but we do have to be careful not uh, to keep change balanced because we can end up having to redo a bunch of things if we don't go about it in a balanced way. So, excuse me, it can be a dream come true kind of energy with the star card, but being that Aquarius rebel energy, we can um, do a little too much. We can sometimes throw the baby out with the bathwater. So balance is very important here. Um, it doesn't have to be a total death and rebirth if we go about it in a balanced way. Otherwise, it can feel like you have to rehaul and overhaul everything. So definitely do your research and have a formulated plan on how you can uh, bring them together, if that makes sense. All right. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Cat Goddess, you have your second one here. I do believe you have one from earlier today, too. So you have another one in the AM session. So again, thank you for all your comments. They've been cracking me up. All right. So what unexpected miracles or blessings can you potentially expect soon? Let's take a look. All right. What do we have coming in here? All right. All right. All right. You do have the Six of Wands, Six of Staves, which is a victory and a standing out kind of energy. And the Four of Pentacles, Four of Coins, which is a solid foundation in the outside world, but it's also about building something, having success at something that you've been building up. And it can be around home too. If you think of four coins, four walls in the physical world represents your home or your like your residence, your physical residence, but it also can be a feeling of home and a solid foundation in the physical world. So I like this miracle or blessing. It just feels like you um, have success in uh, home life, even with this energy. What other blessings do we have coming in here? I don't know, it just feels like this victory energy because it even looks like a climbing out of a treasure chest, you know. But I do feel like there's this reward that comes in. You're recognized, you stand apart, you're uplifted, like this person is celebrated on this horse. And the Four of Coin is it does feel like there is abundance that comes somehow, some way in the outside world too. Um, I'm trying to feel here. This does feel unexpected because I feel like I really feel like it's something that's taken a long time and you've kind of given up on worrying about it. And then suddenly here comes this reward and this recognition. You're like, what? No way. And they're like, yeah, we've been working on trying to have it happen kind of energy, but it took forever. And so you were like, oh, whatever, it's not going to happen. And you kind of gave up hope. And that's what I feel like it suddenly comes out of nowhere. And um, it kind of would be like at work in a kind of way where you've done something so good and whatever, and you're just like, well, that was that. I didn't get a raise, I didn't get this, whatever. And you're like, well, whatever. And then they're like, all right, here's your promotion or something. And you're like, what? Like we've been working on it. We couldn't get that. So we got this for you instead, which is so much more. And you're like, what? I feel like it's that kind of feel around it, if that makes sense. So that's what they have for you right now, Cat Goddess. Right, so many blessings. Right, and then Ken, you are up. So Ken, 4457, you want to, will you ever do PS? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's a good thing Spirit does. I go, is this someone that you're doing or doing something? Is it a someone? Whoa. Let's take a look here. Excuse me. All right. Well, with the Eight of Wands, I think you do it. But the Eight of Wands is an energy of a lot of fast moving energy that comes in here, which does show progress, it does show a lot of movement. And the Three of Coins, the Three of Pentacles is about creativity and being true to your authentic self as well. Create like a creative expression that's coming in here. So this is an energy of accomplishment of, um, but doing it in your own way. So I do feel like you will, but it is not in the normal way. There is this different energy around how you approach it. It's more true to your authentic. It's You doing you, boo. And then you do PS. So, um, it's like the regular route to it. It's no, you go about it in a completely different way than other people would. So, hopefully that makes sense to you. And that's what I have for you right now, Ken. All right. And then Rosalind, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So, Rosalind, you'd love a love message. All right. Let's take a look here. Oh, would love a message. Okay. So, let's see here what Spirit would like you to know here. Okay. All right. Got these two here. All right. There is this power of choice energy that comes in here. The Two of Coins is about making a choice in the physical world. And the Five of Cups, even though there's these three spilt cups down here, the two cups up here is the power of emotional choice. So both of this is, um, balancing things out, and that it's okay. There's no wrong choice. When we feel sorrow, when we feel lower vibration, there is cycles. There's this big cycle energy that you can see here with this infinity symbol that goes like this. So there is cycles that we go through, cycles of loss that then we um, go through our mourning, but then we come out of mourning and then we enjoy life. And then we have something that happens that can take us into sadness or lower vibration. Then we move to higher vibration. And that's okay. I feel like their message to you is there's no right or wrong choices in our life. There's just different choices with different experiences and different outcomes. And, um, and we come down here to experience it all. And that's why there's no judgment from the other side and all this. There's a bug. um, it's all about expectations. Bugs are expectations. There's not supposed to be bugs in here. It's like, no, there is no expectation. There is no supposed to be, should be. There are just choices, and there's no wrong choice. You can just choose what you're wanting to feel. But what's important is that when you're not stuck in that you have to feel a certain way, you have to choose a certain way in the physical world. It is um if I'm done feeling a certain way, I can always choose a higher vibration if I want, or another lower vibration emotion, right? But there's no wrong. And when we beat ourselves up for feeling a lower vibration or making a choice we feel was wrong, we keep ourselves in a loop of lower vibration. But if we're gentle with ourselves, then we're like, I can move into a higher vibration if I want. But I don't feel trapped in it. So I feel like that's important for you to know right now, um, because a lot of times we hesitate or beat ourselves up out of the fear of making a wrong choice. We hesitate or we beat ourselves up if we feel like we have. So be gentle with yourself, and know you have the power to choose both the story that you put to anything, the emotion you feel in any situation, the energy you focus on and expand and draw, and any physical actions you get to choose, and only for you. Everyone else gets to choose their own. You get to choose your own. So I love that for you, Rosalind. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings. Then Alicia, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So your free question. Yesterday on Noosh and you had a fight. All right. I bet you won. His current feelings for you and other things, uh, and are things over between the two of you, I think is what you're wanting to ask. Right? Let's take a look here. So his feelings. Okay. And are things over? You know, if a fight with someone ends a relationship, then bye. I would want someone in my life that if it's a fight, you'll fight for me as much as you'll fight with me. Let's see here. Yeah, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So his current feelings, it's fortunate. It is like even you're human is like, okay, whatever unfolds here, whatever they're feeling, your human is on board with it? Is it over between the two of you? Oh, Three of Cups, joy, celebration. Um, I feel like that there will be when you both calm down, you can get to understand where the fear was, because we don't fight unless we're in fight or flight mode and we're fearing something. So once you look at what was I fearing, why did I react, and then what were they fearing? Kind of think about it and maybe reach out with your heart and go, or ask spirit, what were they fearing? What was the root of their 'cause that's the only time that an adult human acts like a child and fights is when we're in fear, and so I feel like that is, what is, coming in there, but I feel like they're just understanding that, fights happen and their emotions will calm down. I feel like they're a frying pan, they heat up quick, they cool off quick, and so you might be more of a slow cooker and things have been building up for a while, and so things sparked and but allow yourself to calm. I feel like there will be joy and togetherness with this. I don't feel like it's over. I just feel like this fight needs to happen to get things up and out that you both have been pushing down, and something you can do to work on communicating more often instead of waiting for the pressure cooker to build up and explode, right? So hopefully that helps, Alicia. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Tavia T, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. And you want to know, what do we see happening romantically between you and A? All right, based on current energies. Okay, we got that. What else? And this one. All right. All right. Well, the Three of Wands, the Three of Staves, is about a change of direction. It's with new information, things go in a different direction than you thought they would. And the Nine of Staves is like a barrier. It feels like you've been hitting your head up against a wall for quite a while. And there has been something that's kind of been keeping things separated here. So I don't feel like I feel like um that barrier is not gonna fall fast enough for you, and I feel like you eventually choose to go a different direction with them, because I feel like they're in very slow motion, and it's like, it feels like it's taking forever, and at some point you realize, if you don't know that you wanna be with me by now, then you aren't smart enough to be with me. And I feel like you go, you know what? Just gonna take a different route, with all this and going into a different direction." So I don't feel like it's happens fast enough, because this Nine of Wands energy is a barrier around passion and romance and that, and you're just like, "Okay, yeah, you're a patient person, but you ain't that patient." So that's what's coming in for you, Tavi. So many blessings to you. Let me check what other thing here. Goodness graciouses, goodness graciouses. I just want to check and see if someone replied to one of my comments here. Whoops, wrong app. There we go. Nope, they didn't. Okay. All right. So that was it for all of the free readings. So I completed all those, and I just here. All right. Um, Sean G, I will get yours in here, add you to the donations here. So I'll put your timestamp here. Thank you for your donation via Zcash app. You want to know, what do you have to look forward to this September? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has here. And that will be it for this session. I will post a pinned comment after I'm done, listing the order in which all of the readings, well, it's not really the order, but I list all the readings that were completed with timestamps to have it separated by donations and YouTube, and then Saturday AM session, Saturday PM session for free readings. So you can locate your name, click on the little timestamp, take you exactly right to your reading. Well, close to it anyway, hopefully. All right. So, Sean G, what do you have to look forward to for September? All right. I'll take a quick sip here. So you have the Five of Pentacles. Overall energy for September. It's a good card to have because it's a number of transformation of funds, of abundance. It's going from an energy of feeling fears of abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold. And it is building a trust in that creator is what brings you your sustenance in each moment. And that you're not depending on humans to bring things to you, that it is creator. And that puts the power where we want it to be. Humans, as we all know, we have a little inner child that activates, puts people into fight or flight, abandons us, pulls back support. When they freak out, I need all my toys. And so any support can be pulled back. But September, it feels like this energy of this trust, knowing that creator, thank you so much for bringing me what I need in each moment in the perfect way, in the perfect timing. I mean, here I am, 58 years old. I know. And I've never been without. I've always had everything I've needed from spirit. Otherwise I'd be dead and I wouldn't be here right now. So I like this energy for September because it is a transformation of where you put your abundance and worth and your expectations around it. And it's a big transformation that works out well. You have the Sultan, the Emperor energy, really Aries taking control, you deciding what you're wanting. And this is this freedom energy that comes in where some important decisions to make, but they're exciting decisions. You have the Two of Coins. There's two different significant areas in your life that you get to, and I don't feel like it's choosing between. It's like two big sources of income, two big sources of creativity, two big sources of um, expression of yourself in the outside world, which brings in, yeah, here's this bringing these feelings of victory and recognition and standing out. So I feel like there is this two things that do really well in September that you chose to invest energy in. You chose to do these things. You were the leader, the creator of it. I like that. Yeah, 10 of coins, 10 of pentacles. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Abundance comes from all this. Praise and not, I know, pray. You're not really all about the praise, but you do get the recognition. You do get uplifted and you stand out because of this. You have the Nine of Staves. Here's the September energy of the nine. And I like this because this is something that felt like a barrier that you've had going on in your life for a while, but it's this freedom, this opening up, and the perseverance that you put in. And I just feel like you're like, I did it. I did the work. I did the stuff, and I love it. You're sitting in the place of abundance and the reward for having done the hard work. And I like that for you here. Yeah, it is about creativity. I was wondering if we were going to get it, but should we ever wonder? Three of Pentacles, Three of Coins. This is about you being true to your unique self, your authentic self, but it's all about creativity, your creation, and And that's different. When it's your baby and you introduce it, it's kinda scary, I know, in the beginning, but when you bring out your and these twins that you bring out, 2 things that you created, they're like your birthing of things, and they do really well. You're just like, "I'm so proud of my babies," but proud of yourself, and you should be because you can. Yeah, here's the Knight of Pentacles. Again, this it's taken forever to get here, but here is the reward. It took a while, and it takes a while for things in the outside world to catch up and do that. But it does come in here, so I do feel like you do get a with the Ten of Pentacles there. It's like you get the reward for all the energy and everything that you've put in as well. So I like that for you. And for your fortune cookie, let's go to the absolute affirmations. So let's see what we have here for you, Sean. All right. Oh my gosh. Can you say that? Authenticity. There you go. Be true to you. Don't water yourself down at all. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Honor yourself and others by being authentic in your communication. Make a habit of speaking your truth to free yourself of misunderstandings and miscommunications. Authenticity. I say what I mean. But I love that with all that authentic self energy that you had there too. So I love that being true and unique and authentic, celebrated in September. So that's what they have for you, Sean. So many blessings to you. And thank you guys so much for all your patience in getting to your readings this evening. And I'll be back in, let's see, it's almost 1 a.m. I'll be back in 10 hours for my 11 a.m. session. So hope to see you guys then. If not, until we see you in the future, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. Remember, have some fun. Because why are we being so serious? All right. All right, everybody. Love you much. Sleep tight. See you on the flip side.